Yo, yo, yo. Happy Monday. Welcome back to our live feedback stream here on Twitch. I'm your humble host, Phantom Freak, aka Moist Master Flex. Doesn't look like anyone's in the chat. I'm kind of assuming that either people are watching the World Series right now, or they just kind of forgot about the stream today. Either way, it's not a big deal. That kind of gives me more time to do some of my own stuff. I think there's only 2 submissions right now, but we might just barrel through them real quick and call it quits early. So yeah, check out any of these tunes that I've recently released, either myself or on the label. Other side on Yoshbase. Bop also on Yoshbase with Miyamoto. We got Fresh Cut Freaks. Ugh. I don't see your comments, Chase. Oh, if you're watching on YouTube, I can't see your comments because I'm streaming directly on Twitch, so I don't see your comments come through. We got Unimaginable with Broshi on 3000 bass. We got Gangster on Future Cuts. We got Hype One on my label, Thick Freakness, and then Dance with the Devil. That's for free download on SoundCloud. Dance with the Devil. And then lastly, Hall of Freaks. That just came out on Friday. It's been doing really well so far. Yeah, I already kind of know that nobody's here. I can see the number of people in the chat. But yeah, I kind of expected that with a World Series going on. But yeah, Hall of Freaks is doing really well so far. We're in 4 different Beatport charts. We're in breaks. I think we're number 7 in breaks, number 9 in UK Garage, number 15 in Bass House, and number like 60 something in Tech House. But yeah, doing pretty well so far. Also, we got our show this Saturday in LA. It's a release party. Free entry. Just go ahead and RSVP at the link. Going from midnight to 5 a.m. Should be a dope time. We got Fox back-to-back Dutch, Danis. We got myself back-to-back Neurodimension, Chuck Shadow back-to-back Dare 80, Tones back-to-back Candle, and Broshi back-to-back Choli. So yeah, it's gonna be a fucking thick ass party, man. Yeah. Lastly but not leastly, if you need some earplugs for shows, yo, what's up, Spencer? I almost thought that nobody was gonna show up. Earplugs for shows. Grab some eargasms. 10% off with the promo code Phantom10. Yeah. Do it. Yeah, doing pretty good so far with the compilation here. Very pleased. I've been getting some really good feedback too from people saying that they really fuck with the compilation. So yeah. So far we have only 2 submissions. We got Missed Call with some Tech House. Again, we might just have a really short stream today. But I'm okay with that because I actually need to start stacking music right now. I have basically signed most of my music out for 2025. So I need to start writing some new stuff to start pitching out. But yeah. We only got 2 submissions so far. Do we have either Missed Call or Don't Know? I see Don't Know here. Do we have Missed Call? Missed Call, Missed Call, Missed Call. Alright, we don't have Missed Call. So we'll do Don't Know first, and then we'll do Missed Call. And if we get any other submissions, we'll keep powering through. But these are the only 2 that we have right now for the night. Nice one. What a vibe, dude. I really dig a lot of the sound design in that bass line. Big fan of those kind of like, I don't know the best way to describe them. They're kind of like, almost sounds like a horn. It's very horny. Womp, 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 womp. Wompy and horny, I guess is the best way to describe them. But yeah, that bass line's really sick. I really dig it. The low end here is fucking fat. I love that. The kick is very nice. Kick is very interesting. Initially when it first started playing in the intro, I was like, I don't really care for this, to be honest. But once I heard it like in context of the actual entirety of the track, it made sense because you were doing a little bit of a high pass on it. So you're kind of filtering a little bit in the intro, and then once it got into the actual like meat and potatoes of the track, like it definitely fits kind of the sound palette and the sound selection that you're doing here. So it kind of fits really well with all the other elements that you have. I would have liked some transitional effects right here, going from the intro to the break. It's kind of abrupt, going between those two sections. It kind of just feels like, there's not really any sort of separation there or any kind of like lead in. So I would have liked some sort of transitional effects, risers, or even just like a white noise type of thing. Yeah. I like how you're introducing that bass line too. It's very subtle. You can hear it in the background. It's very, very well done. I think you do a good job of kind of like keeping the listener on their toes. in anticipation, which is great. Let's see what else we got here. I put that. I think you should remove because you have these pads playing in the background. You should remove the pads when that pre-drop comes in. Yeah, Leonard. If you submitted a tune and you're doing the skip the line, that's okay. I'll throw you in the front after we go through this tune. Plus, I don't think Miss Call is even here, so we'll put him in the back anyways. But anyways, as I was saying, so I would remove the pads when this pre-drop is going on. You have, I guess it's kind of like a choir vocal thing going on, and it's kind of mixed pretty low, but I would also like to hear it just completely without it and just that bass line soloed. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. I think it would be better without those pads playing. Just for more drama. I think that might be the move, might be the way to go. I would say try it out. Try it out both ways. You can kind of A/B it, see which one sounds better, but my gut is telling me that if you remove that pad, it's going to sound much better because you're going to get a more deep contrast between that pre-drop and that drop. Overall, the drop is very nice. I really love the drop. Super solid groove. Really nice variations, really nice change-ups. I noted here that this feels like something that I would hear on Box of Cats. So definitely when you finish this track, I would highly consider sending this tune to Box of Cats. It sounds like something that they would fuck with, potentially. So definitely something to think about. Yeah, and I think overall the arrangement's very solid. Sound selection's very solid. Probably only other thing I would add in is, of course, a very kind of solid, unique and hooky vocal. Just something that's going to kind of make this track stand out. I think that's really the only thing this track is missing. All the other elements are absolutely, great. They everything works really well together. But yeah, hell yeah. That was a dope tune. Don't know. Thanks for sending that over. Hell yeah. All right, we got 2 more submissions. We got Leonard Ellis, who's going to be next. Let's jump in the line so we can go sleeps. I don't blame you, dude. You're all the way in fucking Europe. I feel it, man. I feel it. All right, let's dive into this tune here.
when I'm gone. Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah, dude, I'm really digging the groove here. That's something that you always do really well with your tunes. Very solid groove. The drums are very nice. Actually, I really love the drums. That kick is fucking humongous. It's fucking fat. But definitely in a good way. It feels like it's supposed to be. It definitely feels, in context. It definitely feels like that's exactly what it's supposed to be. It feels like this intro. Thanks, mate. Among Us. It feels like the intro is a little bit long, only because there isn't a whole lot going on. And I think it's like this. Okay, so you have like 3 8-bar sections. So that third 8-bar section is kind of just like almost a repeat. I think you could probably start introducing your bass line a little early, just so that there's a little bit of a taste. Even if it's, just very subtle. I think that might be the move. Or secondarily, I think, dude, like honestly, this chord thing you got going on in the second break, I thought you should have introduced that way sooner. And I feel like it should actually play a part in your drops too, because I think Free Mind also said that the drops feel a little bit empty. So that little melody, that dun 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 dun, I think you can, even if you chop that up and play just like little bits and pieces of it, you don't have to play the whole melody. I think that will actually kind of elevate your drops a little bit more. It'll add a little bit more kind of just like liveliness and like fun to the drop, because right now like the drops are solid, strong foundation, really solid groove, but there is a little bit of an emptiness there. You have really cool ear candies, but I think using that synth might kind of help fill a little bit of the spaces in there. Overall, I really dig the sound selection. Like I said, really solid groove. The vocal, to me, it definitely works, but it is kind of dry, so it sounds very much like in your face. I feel like that vocal needs some more processing on it. It's a little bit of reverb, maybe some layering, maybe some chorus. Some things to consider. Just something that could kind of fill out that vocal just a little bit more, so it doesn't feel so like thin and front and center. Just to give it a little bit more depth. Yeah, I said it's really solid groove on the bass line, really cool ear candy. Overall, super solid arrangement, and again, I really love this chord thing going on, this chord melody. Yeah, it's very nice. The reality is like I would have wanted to hear that more. Is essentially what I'm getting at. So I think yeah, I think that should play a bigger role, especially sooner in the track, because it's gonna definitely elevate the track itself and kind of fill in the gaps. But yeah, very well done. Good job, Leonard Ellis. Dope tune. You can go to sleep now. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, man. So we got Free Mind. I haven't seen any other submissions, so I think these might be the last two unless somebody else submits. We got Free Mind and then we got Missed Call. So yeah, let's just dive in. Okay, let me know when the commercial is done. But I'm low key watching the Dodger game in the background too. Oh, okay, you're cool. All right, let's do it. So, I'm not like super well versed in techno, especially hard techno. Um, so as far as like structure and arrangement wise, I can't really give a whole lot of feedback on that. But what I will give, 10 seconds. Okay, you're back. Um, so like I said, I'm not really well versed in techno, and I'm definitely not well versed in hard techno. So as far as like structure and that kind of stuff, I can't really speak a whole lot to that structure and arrangement. What I can speak to though is the mix. The mix definitely needs a little bit of work. Um, your kick is pretty much almost completely devoid of sub. It doesn't feel like there's any sub in this kick, which is basically like the pinnacle of what techno is supposed to be. Most of your sub is gonna come from your kick. So I'm not getting any sub in this kick. It feels like it's all being chopped off. So yeah, that definitely needs to be kind of opened up. For sure. I think the top end is definitely okay on this kick. I have no issue with that. Another thing I noticed is that there's a click at the end of every section. I'll just give you an example right here. I can basically pinpoint when it happens. You hear that little. You hear that little. There's another one right here. And then another one right here. So it happens at the end of every, it happens at the end of the intro and at the end of the other two drops. So yeah, that's just something to consider. It probably is just you probably just have to fade one of your samples just so that it doesn't have, just so that you're hitting that zero cross point on your sample. Otherwise you get those little artifacts and those little pops and clicks. So yeah, just something to consider. And then lastly, I have no issue with like these like weird wonky like alien synth sounds. My only issue with them is mix wise. It sounds like they're completely muted. So it sounds like on this track on the master, you basically just chopped off all the highs and lows, and you're getting mostly the mid range. So you're losing all the top and the bottom. So you're losing all your sub, and then you're losing all this kind of like air on the top. So yeah, that's definitely something to kind of think about and consider. When no EQs on the whole track. Okay, so that might be a sample situation. That might be something up with your sample selection. They might just be kind of devoid of those regions. So maybe kind of just go back and just choose different samples for your kick as well as for those synths. But yeah, definitely, like I said, just something to think about, because that's what I'm hearing on my end, is that we're missing sub and we're missing top end. So it kind of feels like it's, just being entirely chopped off. So yeah, that's just something to think about. All right. Thank you, Free Mind. I was going to say something. It looks like... oh, we just hit 800 followers. So yeah, hell yeah. Thanks to Free Mind. You're my 800th follower on Twitch. So we're getting up there. You can send one more. I'm gonna do Quacks here because Quacks is online. I don't see missed call, and I think Crossfades is gonna send one, but yeah, feel free to send one more over. All right, let's listen to Quack's tune here. Good. Nice, dude. Fucking tons of energy in this tune. It's fucking very loud. Um, but I really dig a lot of the sound design, a lot of the sound selection here. Really nice intro, lots of energy. The drop is sick. But my only issue with the drop is it feels like there's kind of like two competing ideas going on. And it's kind of hard to focus on which one. Wow, 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 wow. And then you have so they're kind of like, and it's hard to focus on one or the other only because it's not really like, if it was more of like a call response thing, it would make more sense. But there, it sounds like you're basically just trying to fill in the holes, which I don't think is really the move. I think it kind of keeps things too busy. Um, so yeah, I think the move is to kind of like focus in on one idea and kind of just expand on that. Um, but the reality is like you already have a pretty solid foundation. You already have a pretty solid melody, and I think it's that main one that I think that should be the main melody. I think you can still use that other part, maybe in like variations, on maybe like the second 8 bars or the third 8 bars of the drop, just to keep things fresh and interesting. But it would need to be like used in a way that doesn't conflict with the main melody. So that just needs to be kind of finessed a little bit. I did also notice that there's a clear dynamic difference between the drop and the break. Um, right there. I mean, it's pretty clear and apparent. Like the drops feel substantially louder. And the reality is like the break, it sounds much more crisp and it's kind of just breathing better. So it's kind of leading me to believe that like something's being done to the drop, whether that's like compression or like multi-band compression or OTT or something like that. That's kind of making it substantially louder and kind of a little bit more like it's clipping. Um, so yeah, I think the thing is to kind of make things a little bit more evened out, um, dynamically. I think it's yeah. I think it's pushed a little bit too much in those drops. Is essentially what I'm getting at. Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's the two main things that I heard here. Is that the main idea, the main melody just needs to be kind of finessed a little bit better, and then the dynamics. So yeah, you don't need to push it so hard on the drop. All right, yeah, that's about all I heard on this tune here. But overall, super solid idea. All right. I saw you submitted a second one, but let me get through some of these other ones here. We got crossfades. Did Miss Call ever show up in the chat? Miss Call? We got Miss Call. We got Miss Call. I know we got Gus. I know we got crossfades, but I don't see Bo, 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 bo. Okay. Well, I guess not. So we're gonna do crossfades. We'll do another one from Free Mind, another one from Quacks, and then we'll do missed calls at the end. They missed the call. Haha. Finger guns. All right, let's dive in here. Nice one. Yeah, super dope. I've never heard the OG of this track, but I'm really digging this kind of bootleg edit thing you got going on. Um, Free Mind says vocal out of key. It doesn't really sound like the vocals out of key. It sounds like it fits pretty well. Concentrating sounds a bit harsh on it. I will agree with that though. It does have the vocal does have a little bit of harshness to it. I think you could probably do a little bit of de-essing on it to get rid of a little bit of that harshness on the top end. Bass, bass. I don't know how to say your name. Um, the overall balance feels a touch brittle to me. I'd maybe bring the clap down a bit and look at how the low mids and hit harder. I know the original, the vocal is in key. Oh, it's me. Oh, don't. Balance feels a touch brittle to me. That's interesting. Bring the clap down a bit and look at how the low mids hit harder. Yeah, I would definitely, Gus. I would definitely, take that to heart. Maybe kind of play around with that. Mess around with the. I think primarily it's kind of like the drum mix. Yeah. But overall, like, really solid idea. Really great sound selection. No, no genre restrictions. You can submit anything you want as long as it's a work in progress tune and not something that's already released. Super solid intro and drums. You do a really good job of introducing everything, the bass line, the melody, the vocal. Really dig the vocal. I think the vocal itself, like I said, needs a little bit of de-essing. Because there's a little bit of harshness on that top end. The drop is very nice. Super solid groove. I like all the like ear candies and kind of like additional melodies that come in and kind of like complement the entirety of the drop. You definitely do a good job of keeping things interesting and fresh, and everything's kind of like progressing forward. Really nice momentum. There's a little Google form here for you. Overall, super solid arrangement. Super solid sound selection. Yeah, I think the main thing for me is maybe just like go back and kind of fine tune the drum mix, so everything's a little bit more leveled out, and then add a little bit of de-essing on that vocal just to get rid of some of that harshness. But yeah, overall, super solid idea, super solid tune. Good job, Gus. All right. It looks like Killamaki submitted a tune, so he's gonna go up to the front of the line since Free Mind and Quacks already had a tune. Missed Call, we still haven't seen Missed Call, but he's here in the line. So we only got 4 queued up, just the FY Izzle. Nice. Dude, super sick vibes. Honestly, I could definitely. Somebody said Apple commercial 2018. I could definitely hear this like in some sort of, commercial for something. Um, yeah, definitely. That's definitely something to consider if you want to do some like sync licensing or something. But so far, like this is a really dope idea. I really dig it. It's funny when those drums first came in. The first thing I thought of was Portishead because especially because you have that vinyl crackle playing underneath all the drums. I mean, besides like those like synth wavy kind of stuff, um, I mean, it definitely feels very trip hoppy. Yeah. But yeah, no, I fucked with that. Fucked with that heavy. Really cool, sound selection. Really cool pads. Love those drums. Really nice swing on those drums, especially. Um, yeah, you said it's a bit generic, but I mean, that's basically what a lot of like commercials kind of dig and vibe with. It's very, that's why I kind of said it fits that sort of vibe. But it still has this kind of like unique flavor to it, which is cool. I really dig this slowdown filtering. And then it goes into like this kind of like lo-fi filtering sort of thing. It's a really good, really cool way to switch things up. Um, Obviously, you said there's no mix yet, but that was primarily where most of my feedback was gonna go, because the thing I'm noticing most here is we definitely need some sub. We're missing sub in the drop. You have these really big saws, but there's not really a whole lot of low end to kind of back it up. And secondly, that snare is very nice. It crackles, it pops, but it's also too loud in the mix. So yeah, I think it just needs a little bit of balancing. It's a really nice snare though. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a very nice snare. I just think it needs to be kind of leveled out and balanced a little bit more. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got, Kilmaki. This is a dope idea so far. I'm really vibing with this. Hell yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm gonna go pee real quick, and then we'll dive into these other tunes here. It looks like we got two more submissions. I'm gonna keep putting these guys in the front because Free Mind and Quacks already had a turn, but I'm assuming these are gonna go really fast, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. BRB. All right, let's dive in. Sorry, I was in the middle of writing. Back from ads. Wait, do you have wait, do you still have ads or you just got back from ads? Okay, you're here. No, that was cool. Fucking mid tempo, like spooky, very what's the word? Kind of haunting with the vocal. I'm assuming that's an original vocal. But it's very haunting. It gave me like kind of almost like vampire vibes, which is pretty fucking sick, honestly. Um, but yeah, the bass line's really dope. I really dig the rhythm on the bass line. It kind of switches up every once in a while too, so it doesn't seem so like stagnant and repetitive, which is really nice. I really dig the hats, kind of like repetitive, trappy sort of hats. The vocal's very nice, really nice depth, really nice reverb on that vocal, really nice delay. I think it's really well processed overall. Um, I think mostly what I'm gonna be commenting here on is mixing stuff. So overall, the structure is super solid. Sound selection's also super solid. Sound design super solid. So I wouldn't change anything there. Mix wise, I think that the bass line takes a lot of space in the mix. So to that end, it's taking up a lot of the mid range, which coincidentally actually isn't affecting the vocal, but I think it is affecting the drums. Because I noticed specifically in the break section, a lot of these really cool like drum fills that you have kind of fall flat because I mean they're kind of just getting dug underneath. Yeah. Um that might be something to consider is to maybe create a separate sub. I mean, that's just what I do only because it's a lot easier to do mixing that way. But I mean, if it's a sample, I mean, you could do it with the sample too. I don't know how you're processing these bass parts if it's done in like a synth or what have you. But I typically make a separate sub, separate, channel, so I can kind of mix them a little bit better. Oh, you don't have a separate sub, meaning a subwoofer. Okay. As far as the actual sub, I don't think there's anything wrong with the sub. But I think just mix wise with that mid bass, I think it's taking up just a lot of room in general. So just like sub and mid range is taking up a lot of space. So that, yeah, just like if you don't have a subwoofer, that's fine. You could probably mix in headphones if you have some like solid headphones. I know a lot of people do it that way. But yeah, that's just something to consider there. That kind of like some of your drum parts get a little bit lost only because I think that mid bass is kind of taking up some space. Secondly, your snare, it might have a little bit too much tail to it for my taste. Yeah. But either way, I think the main point I'm getting at is maybe, as far as like arrangement and all that stuff, everything there is there. I think this track really just needs like another session where you do like a nice like mix down, kind of just like go through each sound and kind of just make sure that everything's dynamically, kind of playing well with each other, But that's really the main thing for me here. Again, really great vocal, super solid idea. Really digging the spooky kind of haunting, ominous vampire vibes we got going on here. Super sick. Good job, Marie. We got Tucky Bus. Is Tucky Bus in the chat? Hopefully I'm saying your name right too. Tukibus. And then Supernatural. Okay, we got Tukibus and we got Supernatural. Supernatural, you'll be next. Just, what? Oh wait, why'd you send a 42-minute mix? Supernatural. Because I'm definitely not going to listen to that. Just FYI. Alright, let's go to this tune from Tukibus.
Mark Allen.
Chop my leg off, still running to a check. Pushing to the end till I'm on my last breath. Been a VIP, don't ever treat me like the guest. Got a chain on my neck like I'm King David. I ain't made a check, but this love I appreciate it. Tucky bus coming next up, and niggas stay hating. Nigga, I don't say be safe, tell them stay dangerous. Fuck a ticket, I just hit the road and get to lane changing. Fuck, I look like game banging, I'm the game changer. I ain't worried if I be a go, cause that's a no-brainer. Mom blowing up my phone, getting mad, that's my bad. Keep my phone on D&D, I'm not a call taker. Hey, I don't ever switch up on the team with me. Real nigga, you can see it in my skin pigment. Before I go, I know I gotta touch a meal ticket. Swore I always knew I'd be the one like it was 1250. Chop my leg off, still running to a check. Pushing to the end till I'm on my last breath. Been a VIP, don't ever treat me like the guest. Got a chain on my neck like I'm King David. I ain't made a check, but this love I appreciate it. Tucky bus coming next up and niggas stay hating. Nigga, I don't say be safe, tell them stay dangerous. Fuck a ticket, I just hit the road and get to lane changing. I just hit the road and get to beatboxing. You might catch me outside like it's a flea market. Before I sign a record label, I'ma keep starving. Sleeping on me, I don't need them, make them sleep longer. Got some niggas out in Oakland like I'm Killmonger. I'm trying to kick back and count paper like I'm the Godfather. Fucking 9-5, I can't work cause I'm a shot caller. Ball harder, get it out the mud like I was Coach Carter. Chop my leg off, still running to a check. Pushing to the end till I'm on my last breath. Been a VIP, don't ever treat me like the guest. Got a chain on my neck like I'm King David. I ain't made a check, but this love I appreciate it. Tucky bus coming next up and niggas stay hating. Nigga, I don't say be safe, tell them stay dangerous. Fuck a ticket, I just hit the road and get to lane changing.
Nice. Dude, I really love that fucking string sample. It kind of really adds this kind of really nice, I don't know, just really nice ambiance. It's really just like the whole it's really just the whole it really is like makes the whole track. Besides the vocal itself, the string sample really makes the whole track. It kind of sets the whole foundation and the whole idea. But yeah, this was very nice. Really dig that string sample. Really fat 808s. Super solid drums. The vocal, I mean, really my only piece of feedback, because everything else here sounds great. Even mix-wise, it sounds pretty good. But my main thing here is that the vocal kind of falls off rhythm in some points, not all points. It actually, for the most part, you're kind of like on time, no problem, but there are points where the vocal kind of falls off a little bit. So I would suggest, if you're in Ableton, it would just need a little bit of warping in some sections, and that's easy. You could just turn on your metronome, make sure that the vocal's kind of falling in rhythm and, you know, in the pocket, and then kind of adjust as necessary. I don't think it needs a lot. It just needs like little tweaks here and there, at little points. But I'll leave that kind of up to you and your ear to kind of figure it out. Because honestly, if I were to do it, it would take me fucking forever. It's a very tedious thing that I'm basically asking you that you should do, but I think it will be kind of necessary. But yeah, really dope tune, Tukibus. Super solid vibes. I fucks with that string sample heavy, honestly. Well done. Ba 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 ba. Bum. All right. It looks like we got one more submission. Free mind, you're still gonna have to hold off a little bit because we keep getting new submissions. All right, let's dive in here.
Northwest killer coming out the pines, it's time to kill shit. I'm at the shed, we running lines until the pills hit. We rocking back, I feel divine, you cannot kill this. I'm rolling in my grave like Michael Jack, this ain't no thrill skid. Hailing from the oaks, you getting chopped up like a log. Sawmill shawty want me, so I'm posted on a blog. They killed the kid and put me down just like a dog. I'm burning up the fence, I call it cooking up the hog. That dose grail, the coast stale. Cascade waters, farmers' daughters at the ghost trail. I'm up in Rugas, fucking cougars till my toes sail. The king of many things, come kiss my rings, I drink the most ale. Northwest killer coming out the pines, it's time to kill shit. I'm at the shed, we running lines until the pills hit. We rocking back, I feel divine, you cannot kill this. I'm rolling in my grave like Michael Jack, this ain't no thrill skid. Smoke like sandalwood, you getting kicked out on the curb. Smokey, what's the word? I'm trying to light up on this herb. Homicide, out of spite, then I swerve. They running out of fright, that shit be getting on my nerves. Even at the venue, got the mask up. I'll pour one out before you dead, don't get no last cup. Grizzly pulling up to shred, don't need no pack pup. Park rangers wanna fill me up with lead, they gon' need backup. Northwest killer coming out the pines, it's time to kill shit. I'm at the shed, we running lines until the pills hit. We rocking back, I feel divine, you cannot kill this. I'm rolling in my grave like Michael Jack, this ain't no thrill skid.
Nice. Kind of leaning into this sort of spooky Halloween vibe. Are you all in on the Dodgers? Yeah, well, I'm from LA, so yeah. Born and raised LA, so yeah. I'm kind of, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, I have this illegal YouTube stream in the background going. But yeah, they're winning 4-0, top of the 8th right now. Any hoops. No, I'm really digging the vibes on this tune here. Really leaning into kind of like this whole Halloween sort of theme. Especially with that kind of like melody you got going on. Dun, 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 dun. It kind of throws back to like 80s horror. Yes, you can send a song. The caps lock makes me think that you're yelling. Can I send a song? Yes, you can send a song. Absolutely, you may. But yeah, I'm really digging that melody. Dun, 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 dun. It kind of throws back to like older hip hop as well as like kind of like 80s horror, because a lot of like 80s horror movies use a lot of like those really really cool synths. I know a lot of like John Carpenter films. He definitely used a lot of those synths. Yeah. But really sick. Really cool vocal delivery here. It was like a little bit aggressive, but I think it kind of, it fits the overall kind of theme and vibe we got going on here. I think, yeah, I was going to kind of comment on that. The kick, I'm not a huge fan of this kick. I don't think it's really kind of like a hip hop sort of kick. It's got too much punch on the top end. So I might go through and find something to replace this kick, something with a little bit more thump to it instead of all this kind of punchiness. It's a little too punchy for this kind of hip hop sort of style. Secondly, I think your sub could have been boosted a little bit more. It felt like it was a little bit too tame. I guess is the best way to describe it. It was a little too tame for this tune. So I needed a little bit more low end. Most of the low end was actually coming from the kick, but I think especially with hip hop, you definitely want most of your low end coming from like an 808 or a sub. So yeah, that's definitely something to consider mix wise as well as like sample choice wise as well. Other than that, I think everything else works really well. The structure is great. Vocals really cool. I really like the processing on the vocals. Arrangement solid. Yeah, I think primarily most of what I'm talking about here is going to be mostly low end. So kick sub sort of stuff. I think that needs to be your primary focus when you go back into this tune and kind of clean things up. Kick sub, kick sub, kick sub. All right, good job, Sakai. All right, did we get any new submissions? Okay, we have one last one from Jack the Mixer, and then I think we're gonna dive back into Free Mind. Free Mind and Quacks both submitted a second tune. Band Lab. I've never heard of Band Lab. Interesting. Is this like a SoundCloud type of thing? All right, well, I use the website called Voicify that allows you to swap your acapella that you perform live and swap it with the artist of your choosing. Oh, interesting. So you used Eminem?
Hey yo, Dre, how about we get back into this shit one more time? Chicken, chicken. Guess who's back? Hide your family, is it shady? Can it be? Under the canopy, shadows cover the rabbit free. I'm outside of your door with a pipe bomb in my pocket. I walk inside the house because you forgot to lock it. I pull it out, throw it straight into your fucking living room. I run away laughing at your dire impending doom. My music's for all ages, that's what the kids assume. My baby mama said, I love you, shady. Bitch, move! Selling records to underdeveloped children. I walk into a church, God smites the fucking building. Your posse full of clowns is more or less gonna go down in history as the greatest disappointment in this whole town. Shady, this ain't a town, it's a city, you fucking idiot. Shut up, don't make a sound, Detroit, bitch, I invented it. And while we're at it, go down a bottle of Guinness until your vision is spinning while driving 80 miles a minute. I might just be a psycho like I'm Michael Myers' brain. If I'm not fucking drunk, then I am diagnosed insane. Once you hear my voice, then shit will never be the same. So if you run into me, then you best get out my way. Dr. Dre.
Still Dre, still staying out of my way. Planting plaques till I roll in my $1 million grave. Still never letting pussies fuck with me. If it's the same to you, shit, it's the same to me. You wait the same G as you claim to be. I've been working for my money so patiently. Shady in the booth, rapping crazily. Make your death feel like hours turn days, 2 weeks. I'll be buried with my blood still live from yesterday. Another day gone, another escapade. Still don't give a fuck about the shit you say. Ain't no label man enough to go with Dr. Dre. I could call Snoop up another episode. Cold through the years like an Eskimo. If you get me going, well then I might not stop. Till my heart gets out, then you gonna get got.
I might just be a psycho like I'm Michael Myers' brain. If I'm not fucking drunk, then I am diagnosed insane. Once you hear my voice, then shit will never be the same. So if you run into me, then you best get out my way. Yeah. Slim Shady, Dr. Dre, 1999, and we still don't give a fuck.
Well, that's interesting for sure. Jesus Christ. autoplay. I hate autoplay. No, that's interesting for sure. Obviously, this is like an AI tool. I feel like this is something that you basically kind of just wrote just for fun, because obviously you can't release this. And I'm imagining this is a platform specifically just for creators. So like you can't really gain any sort of royalties or anything like that off of this. But just as like a exercise, it's actually really cool, really interesting. Because I didn't know like AI tools were this sophisticated. To kind of do this, but this is really sick. I really fuck with this. This is cool. And you know, I think the best part about this was that, you know, you had a lot of like doubles and harmonies, exactly how kind of Dre typically does it on a lot of like Eminem tracks too. So as far as like the vibe goes, you definitely have that kind of pat down. So like I said, like at the very beginning, I think as an exercise, this is really cool, really cool idea to kind of fuck around with, because it kind of teaches you a lot of different skills and abilities and kind of like tools of the trade that some of the, you know, the great producers use in their own music. So yeah, overall it's super sick. I mean, I don't have feedback for it, other than it's a cool idea. It's very fun. Yeah, you could always like try and get a, I mean, if you're thinking about actually releasing this as like an original, I mean, definitely go back and find a vocalist, but you know, as it is right now, it's a pretty cool idea. Well done, Jack the Mixer. All right. So here we go. We got Free Mind here. Let's give this a listen here. So yeah, same thing as the other submission. Pretty much, I'm gonna give you the same exact feedback. There's no sub in your kick. That's primarily what's missing here, and then you have clicks. I'm hearing it right here. Silence. A little click right there. Right there. And then one over here. So, yeah, there's literally no sub to that kick, and I think especially for techno, where the kick is basically the subline, that is crucial. So that is definitely something to consider. Maybe you have to replace your kick. It's definitely something to think about. But yeah, I mean, I don't write techno. I don't write hard techno. So I don't really have the expertise to kind of talk about as far as like genre and sounds and sound design and all that stuff. But as far as mixing wise, yeah, definitely need some sub in that kick. All right. Up next, we got Quacks.
Level 1, begin. Upgrade. Victory. Ready? Level 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready? Fight. Level 1, begin. Upgrade. Victory. Ready? Level 2. 5, 4, 1, 6, 7, 9, 10. Ready? Level 3. Fight.
All right. Okay, you got an ad, so I'll just wait. Just let me know when it's done. Sweet ad revenue. I'm also trying to find a replacement stream for this because my stream cut out for the Dodger game. It's the top of the ninth. Dodgers up 4-0. Otani's up. They did a pitcher switch. Bada 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 bada. Dude, it's gonna be fucking crazy if the Dodgers sweep this series. But the reality is like the Yankees have just not been showing up, which is crazy, you know. I was expecting this series to go to like 6, maybe 7 games. Yeah, the Dodgers are up 4-0 on the top of the 9th, so it's almost game over. But we'll see. I mean, the Yankees still have one more chance, but I mean, it's not looking good for them. Baseball. All right. Sorry, we're getting distracted here. You guys are done with your ads. So yeah, this is a really sick tune here. Really cool, like, really cool, you know, like video game sounds, really nice ear candies, really nice energy. The drums are exactly what you want to hear from dubstep. Very solid kick, very solid snare, and also very solid swing, which is exactly what you want from dubstep. Yeah, and I was gonna say I didn't hear the same issue that you had with the other track where you have like conflicting sort of ideas. I think this one's a lot more coherent and very straightforward. Yeah, you're working on using less, and dude, it definitely stands out. You can definitely hear that. So yeah, I think honestly this one's already on a really, really good path. I think maybe the only thing that I'm hearing is you probably just have to go back in and do a very solid like mixing session just to get everything kind of dialed in. But I think the actual idea itself is super solid foundation. I don't think you need to add anything else. It's really just like a solid mix, because there are like a lot of like really sort of, even though it's like it's kind of simple in a way, there are a lot of like different moving parts, like ear candy stuff going on. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of kind of putting everything in its right place and setting everything to its right level, so it's very coherent. That's really the only thing that I'm hearing here. But overall, super solid idea. Really nice vibes here. I'm digging it. All right. We got last one here from Miss Call. I don't even think he's on the chat, but we'll do his tune anyways. Yeah, and then I guess we're gonna call it. All right.
No with the bad man, the lyrical merchant. Me put on me fatigue and me get militant. If you no want it, then keep your distance. Cause we will chop shop man in an instant. No with the bad man, the lyrical merchant. Me put on me fatigue and me get militant. If you no want it, then keep your distance. Cause we will chop shop man in an instant.
Nice. Super solid groove on this one. I'm really digging the vocal here. Yeah, really cool drum sounds, really cool ear candy. Overall, super solid arrangement. I think the only thing for me, if I'm gonna have to be picky about this tune, I think the vocal has a little bit too much reverb on it. I think it can kind of be dialed in just a little bit. Except maybe the break sections. I mean, I'm always keen on putting more reverb on stuff in the break sections because the break sections tend to be a little bit more sparse, so you can get away with like slapping on. I usually use that the Dada Life and the Smile. I use that like fucking almost on every single tune, because it's really just a really nice washout sort of reverb. But yeah, I think overall the vocal itself could kind of dial in on that reverb a little bit. And overall, I think the track itself could use a little bit more brightness, but I think you can kind of do that with just by saturating some elements, saturation on some of those synth parts, as well as that vocal, because parts of this tune sound a little bit too dull, and I think it can kind of just be brightened up a little bit, and then you could just like get like a solid master on this, and I think it's good to go. Honestly, I don't think you need to do much else to it. Yeah, that's all I got for you. But yeah, missed call next time. Make sure you're in the chat. I'm only doing this as a courtesy, but next time, you have to be in the chat to get feedback. Just FY Izzle. All right, I'm gonna call it quits so that I can work on some of my own tunes. Yeah. Just wanted to say thanks to everybody who came on the stream today. It was a little light at first, but looks like we got some good momentum going. I will be back again next Monday. Same time, same place. If you guys are in LA, we're doing a warehouse party this Saturday for my label. It's free entry if you RSVP. Also check out Hollow Freaks that came out on Friday. And then follow me on all the things. I'm really easy to find. And follow the label. Yeah, with that, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday night. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Go write some more tunes. I'll see you guys next week.